Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Shoach World! Welcome to Shoach World Gamers, Josh here, and as this week draws to a close, I wanted to take a moment to look at this week's new game releases, gaming announcements, and a few news stories. If this is your first time on the channel, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button to join in on the fun. Alright gamers, as always, we'll start off with this week's new game releases. Now, SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake did release this week on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, PC, and on Xbox systems. Now, after the popularity of the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, which was a remake of the 2003 game, THQ Nordic greenlit this brand new 3D platformer. Inkulinati released this week on Xbox systems as well as on PC. Inkulinati are a legendary group who battle one another on the pages of medieval manuscripts. They fight by drawing beasts with the living ink. They then battle in a 2D style strategy RPG in this imaginative take on the genre. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition got its first console release this week on the Xbox Series systems, as well as on Game Pass. The game is a real-time strategy game developed by Forgotten Empires and published by Xbox Game Studios. It is a remaster of the 1999 game Age of Empires 2, The Age of Kings, and it's believed by many to be one of the best real-time strategy games of all time. Deliver Us from Mars is an atmospheric sci-fi adventure game, and it's also the sequel to Deliver Us to the Moon. The game is out now on the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox Series systems, the Xbox One, as well as PC via the Steam and Epic Game Stores. Now, last week we discussed the announcement that the indie samurai game Trek to Yomi was on its way to the Nintendo Switch, and now the game is officially available. With its really cool black and white graphic style and fun combat, I really enjoyed this game when I played it on the Xbox, and I highly recommend you giving this game a shot. Next up, let's take a look at some gaming announcements. Now, Disgaea 7 Vows of the Virtueless was announced to be getting a US release in the fall of this year. NIS America will release the newest game in this strategy RPG series on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam later this year. The Crew Motorfest will be coming later this year also. Ubisoft announced the third installment of its multi-vehicle type racing game series will be coming to the Xbox systems, PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Paluna. Steel Seed is an action stealth adventure game in which mankind must defend itself against a new threat. Now, after being kept safe underground by AI machines following the near destruction of the planet, the game is coming to Xbox Series systems, PC, and PlayStation 5. Rhapsody, Marl Kingdom Chronicles is an RPG collection comprising of Rhapsody 2, Ballad of the Little Princess, and Rhapsody 3, Memories of Marl Kingdom. The collection will be released by NIS America for PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Also this week, we got an announcement of a new Street Fighter game. It is Street Fighter Duel. It was announced as a mobile RPG where you join Ken and Ryu on their journey to the fighting tournament. The game will be available on Android as well as iOS, and you can pre-register for the game now. Alright gamers, let's finish up with a few news stories from this week in gaming. Now, we did get an announcement that HBO has officially picked up The Last of Us television series for a second season. This was expected as the show has been a huge hit so far. We are now 3 episodes into the 9-episode first season, and it continues week by week to grow in popularity. Personally, I'm really enjoying the series, and even if you never played the games, the series completely stands on its own. I would highly recommend giving it a chance if you haven't watched it yet. Now, unfortunate E3 2023 news has been circulating this week as reports that Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo have all decided to not have an in-person presence at the trade show. That being said, reports have also circulated that Microsoft will be doing their own in-person event, most likely across the street, meaning they will still basically be in attendance. Nintendo and Sony will most likely still have digital showcases around the same time as the event. Now, in some disappointing news, upcoming sequel to the fantastic and highly recommended Jedi Fallen Order game, Jedi Survivor, has received a delay. The game was originally scheduled for a March 17th release, but now it will be released on April 28th, just in time for the Star Wars fandom May the 4th holiday. And if you haven't played the first game, you now have time to experience that game before the sequel releases. Now, it appears pre-order sales of Sony's upcoming PlayStation VR 2 are falling, pretty far short of Sony's expectations, with a report from Bloomberg stating Sony has cut their initial sales projections by half. Now, Sony did respond to the reports, claiming they have not cut the PlayStation VR 2 production numbers. They did not comment on their projections for the initial launch, though. Alright gamers, that concludes this week in review for the week ending on February 3rd. The week started with us reliving the late 90s as we got our hands on GoldenEye 007. Then we got unfortunate news about the cancellation of a single-player game in the awesome Titanfall universe. And the week ended as rumors of a Nintendo Direct began running rampant. But let me know anything we may have missed in the comments, and thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Shoge World out.